And all along you have been listening to more of technologies. So on the lighter side, I would like to share one dimension of the extension technologies, advances in dissemination of information in this present context. And then my presentation has a disclaimer. Technology, especially ICT tools, can never match human. However, it cannot be ignored. It has to be effectively mastered and utilized by extension officials, professionals like you and me, for efficient, timely, and effective technology dissemination. Moreover, the videos shown in this presentation are for educational purposes and not for promoting any company or brand. Of course, I have taken some videos from a particular company. So this is only for demonstration purpose. And let me move. Did you believe few years back, farmers, youth, women will use smartphones? The common man from India will use smartphones. And nowadays it is very ubiquitous, almost more than 50 crore smartphones are used by Indians. And common man purchases groceries, electronics, seeds and fertilizers inputs online. And now Amazon says, it's a idu unga kadai. Farmers interact and host video conferencing. And before COVID, even technocrats like us are reluctant to use these video conferencing tools. Now everybody knows, right from 5th standards, children knows how to conduct a Zoom conference. And why not? Farmers themselves are starting so many Zoom conferences, Google Meet, GoToMeeting on day-to-day basis. And trainings, meetings happen virtually. In our university itself, we have conducted so many annual review workshops, all these things. Education online, banking online, subsidies are being provided online. Maybe future, what are the possibilities we may foresee? Schools and educational institutions may go virtual or semi-virtual. In some countries says schools may be closed in future. Many will opt for homeschooling. Similarly, farmers will subscribe extension services online. Already people are doing it, affordable farmers, progressive farmers. Of course, it may change. And Uberization of farm services. That means all the farm services may be delivered by bigger companies or corporates, if not our public extension system, to the farm level. And then extension professionals may provide customized service to individual farmer. Maybe as our director of research was telling that how many people are visiting various extension institutes or extension or our places. There are so many number of farmers visiting for so many other services. Of course, our professionals may provide customized services to individual farmers. And technology and analytics-led agricultural extension will rule this world in future. And maybe a farmer who is not using it, I'm still waiting for the day that will actually use in real time, real life. It holds good for us, extension professionals, as well as for farmers. When something is given, when something is used, when something is accessible to us, we may use and then we may get the benefit out of. What are the challenges? We all know these are general challenges. I don't want to, on the lighter mode, farmer-centric challenges, we all know that farmers' problems are predominant with respect to depletion of natural resources, shortage of labor, capital, technological needs, and then compulsion to produce more demand for extension support. So we are under pressure. Number of extension personnel available per farmer, as well as there is a huge demand for location-specific technology or information to be provided even after so many years of successful extension interventions. And what are the challenges faced by farmers? Challenges now, farmers, the demographically youth are moving out into cities, and most of the youth, even if they are in the villages, they are semi-skilled or unskilled with relevant to farm level activities. Challenges in organizing farmers, mobilizing farmers. It's very difficult what time to organize, mobilize farmers. Those days we study, it's a right time, evening time is the right time to mobilize farmers. Nowadays you can't get. And identification of right target audience. Are we identifying the right farmers? And dynamic technological needs is the extension fraternity is capable of. And these are the conventional extension. All along we have been pushing the extension services to farmers. Right now, the delivery of extension strategies are farmers by universities, government extension officials. We use individual contact, group contact, mass contact, and through various awareness programs, meetings, individual group and mass media, and various approaches like collective farming, like FPOs, FIGs, farm associations, cooperatives, contract farming, and other private initiatives. We are pushing the technology to cater the needs of the farmers. What is the future we may foresee? This is my opinion, possibility. Pull approach and push approach will be there. Pull approach means the farmers will get the information on demand, and extension machinery has to be in a position to give the information as and when the farmer requests. And technology driven, more of use of technology, and demand driven as and when the farmer requests. And specific extension services on demand, and quantifiable, measurable things will happen because extension services are going to be very costly, and then farmer may pay for it. Long and custom duration programs. Right now we are conducting only 1-day training program for farmers, a small awareness program for farmers. In future, farmer may need a certificate course kind of thing, 100-hour program, 200-hour program, skill-based programs is the need of the hour to cater to the demands of the farmers. And then improved services and delivery in real time. This will happen in near future, and Uberization of services, as I have discussed already. And this is one video wherein just want to show.
The history of communication started when the first idea was born in man's mind. He wanted to share it with his tribe, with his family, with the world. Together, we've come a long way to be faster, to be everywhere, to be with everyone, to overcome mountains, rivers, forests, wind and rain, to make sure our words always reach your ears, and that our love always touches your hearts, that our dreams change the world. The future is here, and it's knocking on the door of every Indian household. Move to the future of communication. Join the future with JioFiber.
Right. So in the presentation, I am presenting only on the one side of the extension advances with relation to information and communication technology. I am not concentrating on other aspects, only one dimension of the aspect. And OTT, this is the huge hue and cry. Can someone react on it by seeing the picture? What is the issue here? What is OTT? Please, I am listening. யாராவது இந்த படத்தை பார்த்து ஏதாவது ஒரு கருத்து சொல்ல முடியுமா?
ADA Perundurai, I invite my good friend to talk on this. OTT. The presenter has asked the question, what is OTT?
இந்த வீடியோ, இந்த போட்டோகிராஃபை பார்த்து ஏதாவது நீங்க கமெண்ட் பண்றீங்களா யாரும்? இந்த போட்டோகிராஃப்
இந்த படத்தை வந்து ரிலீஸ் பண்ண போறாங்க.
சொல்லுங்க சார்.
தியேட்டர்ல ரிலீஸ் ஆகும், டைரக்டா ஓடிடில ரிலீஸ் ஆக போகுது.
ஓகே ஓகே ரைட் சார். ஓகே.
படங்கள்லாம் ஓடிடில ரிலீஸ் ஆகுங்கிறத தான் தெரிஞ்சு வச்சிருக்கோம் சார். அது ஃபுல்லா டீடைல்ஸ் தெரியல.
சரி சார், இதோட இம்ப்ளிகேஷன் என்ன அப்படின்னா, நம்ம அக்ரிகல்ச்சருக்கு எடுத்துக்கணும். இதோட இம்ப்ளிகேஷன் என்ன அப்படின்னா, people are theater owners and distributors are very much afraid, not because of the single movie is getting released. In future, theaters may be closed. இப்போ சாந்தி தியேட்டர்ல இருந்து சென்னையில பாத்தீங்கன்னா நிறைய இப்போ ஒரு ஹிஸ்டாரிக்கல் தியேட்டர்ஸ்லாம் வந்து இப்போ இடிக்கிறாங்க. அண்ட் தென் அபிராமி மெகாமால் தியேட்டர் என்ன பண்றாங்கன்னா, they are now converting the theater into a restaurant கம் தியேட்டர். அதே மாதிரி பண்றாங்க. ஒரு பிரைவேட் கேபின் மாதிரி ரெடி பண்ணி எல்லாம் ஃபுட்டு, ஆல் சர்வீசஸ் வில் பி ப்ரொவைடட். நீங்க கிராசரி ஆட் பண்ணிக்கலாம், ஃபுட் ஆர்டர் பண்ணிக்கலாம், தியேட்டர்ல படம் பார்த்துக்கலாம். So now people are very much afraid. Maybe in near future, cinema hall maybe ஒரு எஸ்டிடி பூத் மாதிரி காணாம போறதுக்கு ஒரு வாய்ப்பு நிறைய இருக்கு. People are very much afraid. இதுதான் நிலைதான். If our extension services are not provided to the needy with the use of technology, we may also be sidelined. There is a possibility. It is coming up very soon. The COVID-19 பாத்தீங்கன்னா உடனே வந்துருச்சு. The OTT media application பத்தி நான் சொல்ல போறேன். Media services and applications and extension. Over the top media services. இதான் வந்து நம்ம OTT ன்னு சொல்றோம். OTT in television. USல வந்து 20 years back they have started OTT, Farm Journal TV. So many OTT over the top services. அப்படின்னா it is not dependent on cable or dependent on satellite. These services are dependent on only internet service providers. When you have internet, you can access to all these services. The services la usually television is a mass media na nama padichirpom extension la. Now television is not a mass media. It can also be a mass media. It can be a group contact media, or it can be a customized individual contact media. OTT. Few examples: Amazon, Woot, நமக்கெல்லாம் தெரியும், Hotstar, Netflix, very popular OTT platforms. Web series எல்லாம் கொடுக்குறாங்க. Now agriculture la US la in Western countries we have so many OTT platform for agricultural information dissemination. So sooner these technologies will rule this world. OTT television. Why it is so important? If நீங்க வந்து ஏதோ ஒரு particular information, if a farmer want to know about grape cultivation or guava cultivation, he can get a streaming to his own mobile or television set. So soon it will be a reality. Similarly, அதோட continuation la OTT la one part is பாத்தீங்கன்னா YouTube also a streaming channel wherein you can start a channel. TNA, we have started a TNA channel last May, and we have posted close to 100 videos in the channel. But of course, this channel we are pushing the content as and when the demand arises. We will stream the content at free of cost. This is OTT or initiative. And OTT in messaging and voicing services. You may know the telecom providers have charged for messages over time. The OTT messaging voice services, when WhatsApp came, when Viber came, when Skype came, all the telecom service providers have gone down and they have made it free. Enna karanam appadina, over the internet you can make a call to international or any international call or local call. You can text, you can send audio messages, you can send video messages, you can text and talk as well. So it has become very so popular, and in the context la dhaan, see, the WhatsApp plays a major role in technology dissemination nowadays. Widely used by extension professionals, almost we can reach effectively. See, WhatsApp for technology transfer, I have taken an example of KVKs. Through KVKs, right now we are reaching over 9,000 farmers through 74 WhatsApp group. That number is increasing. We have more WhatsApp group. And all these WhatsApp group are also, farmers associations having own WhatsApp group. Even ADAs are also having WhatsApp groups. So network of networks, if we combine all these things, we may get around close to some 50 lakh WhatsApp groups will be there. So you can share all contents, text. The most important aspect of this extension advancement is interactivity. Even a farmer can ask question, post question. Now farmers are sharing about organic agriculture, about inputs, about market information. They also share audio files. Even illiterate farmers share audio files and ask questions. Okay, so all these things are possible through even a simple WhatsApp powerful tool. And another concept is exhibitions. See, as and when exhibitions are organized, you all know extension. We move farmers from one place to another, spend lakhs of rupees, and now the digital exhibits have come. Just let me show you. One digital exhibition is going to happen. Wait September. can also share, you can also get it from the internet. இங்க முக்கியமான இது என்னன்னா இந்த டிஜிட்டல் எக்ஸிபிஷன்ல you can use all high definition technologies like from film to movie theater, interactive exhibitions, farmer can touch and feel, virtual tools, augmented reality, virtual reality, and and then all these multimedia experience can be given to the user. And when the main advantage here is you can, when once the infrastructure is created, the content can be continuously changed, updated dynamically. So as and when the requirement comes, you can use the same recurring expenses. One type of exhibition I just want to share you, this LG, they have had one digital exhibition. All digital exhibits is different from digital exhibition. See a person by touch of the thing is getting the visuals of how a motor of an air conditioner is working, functioning.
Many interesting technology that I think I can learn from here and also apply to my design in Thailand as well. In the future, I am.
And this is one such exhibit, a digital exhibit, wherein the user can touch and feel, and he can explore different parts of the technology. We can use these digital exhibits or digital displaying technologies. Later, I will show in some other slides. When these display panels can be used for displaying our varieties, technologies, so on and so forth, and you can also carry. And the other advantage is these things, the content can be sent to these displays through internet, over internet. You can be at any place and you can change the content as and when the user requires. And this is one type of, another type of large display exhibition. You get an immersive experience of this exhibition. Van Gogh, very famous exhibition, full of theatrical cameras and LED display panels on the backdrop, wherein the user can get a real-time experience. The main idea is when you have a platform like this, even if a 10 by 10 room, you can showcase the entire technologies, right? Based on the nature of audience. If students are coming, if farmers are coming, and if graduates are coming, so it depends on the requirement. You can dynamically change the content, and you can also interact. You can also make the farmer to give feedback, individual to give feedback. And then yet another very powerful tool. Right now, our Prime Minister of India is using. Our National Informatics Center has developed a robust webcasting method, webcasting technology. And of course, webcast providers are ubiquitous now. You can find even for marriage functions, people are using webcast for streaming their function content or videos. And there are different types of webcasts, live webcast. This webcast stream, this is not a television, even the television, it is not a television program. You need a television set exclusively to view this. This is only if a person has an internet connection, he can access in any device like mobile phone or a laptop or a desktop, wherein the live program can be streamed across the world. And Prime Minister used to launch, all the programs of the Prime Minister are being launched in the webcast platform, live webcast. That is recently our KVKs in Tamil Nadu have organized the webcasting of Prime Minister launching the financing facility under Agri Infrastructure Fund. Hope the department would have also done that live webcasting. And then on-demand webcast. This on-demand webcast means whenever you want a particular content to be streamed to your mobile phone or a smartphone or a laptop, you can seek for the content and the content will be delivered to your mobile. And this is a beauty of this webcast. And then multimedia presentation over the World Wide Web. Since as we are using the conference tool for a limited number of people, the same presentation can be presented in the webcast. This advantage can be used. This is a very cheap platform we can access through National Informatics Center. And these are the KVKs routinely all over the country follow this webcasting of various programs launched by the Prime Minister of India, Honorable Prime Minister of India. And of course, we also involve farmers to visit these webcasting live in various places. And then you all know this audio and video conferencing. And I was telling off late, only after that, after COVID, we are very familiar with video conferencing tools. Right now, we never have thought of, or Professor Ned was planning for the physical presentation of the training program, or process or planning where to conduct all the modalities have been worked out. And due to this unavoidable circumstances, we have planned for this meeting, and we never know all 125 participants are participating online. Similarly, audio and video conferencing are being conducted in KVKs. Of course, the department officials are also participating. Private players are also conducting audio conferencing like Reliance Foundation, IFCO, and Airtel. So many private foundations, private initiatives are carrying out this audio and video conferencing. Nowadays, it has become very cheap. Now we need all these devices to conduct video conferencing. Now Amazon, now the Jio is coming out with a video conferencing tool, a small device wherein you can fit into the television, full HD television video conferencing. You can have 270 degrees. The entire hall of your house can be shown, or hall can be seen. You can have just like a face-to-face interaction in future. It is coming up. Once 5G is ready, you will get it at a very cheaper rate. Like this is the second photo. And we all know that various video conferencing tools. And then these interactive boards and digital whiteboards now we are using in our educational sector. Of course, it has been used in corporates for a while now. And then it will be very useful, not only for educating students, but also for educating farmers. So this digital whiteboards and interactive boards can be very well used in exhibitions as well. Let me show you the power of this tool.
Our imagination comes alive with a place to play, and the whiteboard is a space to bring our ideas to life. What if we could bring the whiteboard into our digital world and create together in completely new ways? Introducing Microsoft Whiteboard, a new app designed to bring the collective power of the group to life.
As an ad agency, Whiteboard allows us to share our ideas from anywhere instantly. It's become a natural extension of how we work today.
Draw, type, add an image or a note. Watch your ideas take shape. And take your team's creativity to new heights.
Collaborating on Whiteboard is pretty seamless. It kind of feels like there's a flow or an energy where you're just kind of playing off of somebody else. You draw something, they draw right next to it. It's like this conversation that's happening visually.
Whiteboard together in real time from wherever you are. Pick up where someone else left off or start from scratch. When you're done, you're done. Your ideas are safe in the cloud. Welcome to a new way to whiteboard.
pictures now I am showing are a very old one. Of course, now the latest thing is you can use this whiteboard in any surface. Only we need a plain surface. You can use this whiteboard in your table. You can use this whiteboard in your hand, palm. You can use this whiteboard in a cloth. So what is the importance of these things? You can go to a village. You want to tell something, demonstrate something. You can just, you need to have a content in your mobile phone or your laptop, or in your laptop, or you can write, you can save. The main advantage of this is it is seamlessly, you can integrate with, you can show PowerPoint, you can write, you can take a book, and then you can take a specimen, and then you can show the specimen to the farmer. Directly you can integrate everything. You can write and make it as a document. Even you can speak. The artificial intelligence in the whiteboard integrates and then converts it into a different language. You can translate into any language you want. These are the seamless possibilities of whiteboard. Now it has come like a chart. You can open, you can go anywhere, you can spread, or you need not have a surface also. You can make presentations in any place. And this will be very cheaper, going to be very cheaper in near future. So it will be a reality. Only thing is we need to master all these things to use this. And then the main idea is the content no technology can provide. Only you are the masters, all extension professionals, all technocrats. We are gifted that only the agriculture content is not replaceable as of now. Otherwise, all Google and Amazon are trying to master these things. Of course, law, we have the entire thing has been made as artificial intelligence tools have come. They can replace even lawyers now. At present, 90% of the lawyers' work can be replaced in yours. Of course, only agriculture is a specific domain. Since we are working with the specific needs of the farmers, very dynamic in nature, people are trying to integrate into artificial intelligence platform. Of course, we should capitalize this initiatives. And then this is one such initiative, Plantix you might have used. All these mobile applications and artificial intelligence applications. And Google Lens is one example, one such example. And GeoGlass is another such example. We may have to see in near future how best it works. Like they say, it's a cutting edge technology, provides mixed reality services to give users a truly meaningful immersive experience. The user will be able to create a 3D virtual room where others can join and conduct a class. And this photograph which I am showing is like a Google Lens. When you have a mobile phone installed with Google Lens, and then when you show the symptom of a plant, and it will automatically use the artificial intelligence engine, and then it will show the problems, maybe a plant protection issue or a nutritional disorder or some issues. And these are working out very well. Maybe 60-70% of the solutions can be obtained using these tools. These tools will enable us to do much better extension services. And this is a podcast, yet another. We all hear about All India Radio and its application and its use in the Green Revolution era. And still radio is useful. Of course, we are not listening to radio, most of us, except FM radio. And these are podcasts. It is similar to radio, but it is an internet radio. Only thing is you need to have a mobile application or a desktop or laptop with internet connectivity to use. And this is one podcast which I have developed for my students as an example. See, streaming, you can stream anyone can start a podcast, and then this podcast you can listen to any topic. Maybe if you may be a horticulturist, you may be a plant protection specialist, you may be interested in organic farming, you may be interested in organizing farmers. You can start a podcast, and then you can post information on a day-to-day basis. This only thing is you need to have a good content. That's all. And these podcasts you can listen. Even this Agri Knowledge Factory for you can just type it on the internet. And there are some of the examples of easy tools, easily usable, user-friendly podcasts. Spotify, Apple iPod is the best example of a podcast, very popular. Breaker, Castbox, and Google have podcasts, and so many podcasts have come. Spotify is one such podcast. Audible is another such kind of audiobook podcast. All these things are available over the internet. You can go to the Google Play Store and download and use it. And you can have one podcast for you. Maybe you can share any information, just like any information to the public. And then one advantage of this podcast is you can have members to the podcast, or you can allow public to the podcast. See, if you want public to listen, anyone who joins to the podcast, subscribe to the podcast can listen. And if it is a private podcast, you can choose your members to whom you want to send the podcast messages. This is a very cheapest and then timely information can be passed on, wherein all extension officials can use this type of podcasting. And one such initiative is Community Radio, Government of India program. And of course, we have TNA as a community radio. And this needs a lot of infrastructure. Of course, all these have been put into the internet, and then we say internet radio and podcast. So this is the old one. But of course, this still prevails because it has a frequency to cover 10 to 15 kilometer radius. Of course, FM radio works on this community radio. Exclusively community can use it. And of course, we are broadcasting at 10 to 12 every day. Similarly, community radio is being started by various colleges, and sooner it will be a reality in schools and other development departments. And then yet another area is virtual and augmented reality. I am insisting on this video, virtual, audio reality because agriculture is a skill-oriented subject, very complex, and then the understanding and the audience, learners are differ in age, differ in literacy level, differ in their experience. So this virtual and augmented reality will play a vital role in making a person to learn skill. As agriculture, you all know that it is more of skill is involved. When they see the video, there is every possibility a person can understand. Let me show one, and this already there. So this is one posted video.
Platform Imbibe takes these challenges head on with 3 foundational building blocks. First, unprecedented personalization. Using this powerful knowledge graph, every child can go back to any school year or subject and fix any learning weakness from the past. Second, incredible content. We're assembling some of the world's best content as well as the most comprehensive question bank to help students through adaptive learning. Our technology processes every wonder or confusion a child experiences as an input to create better learning experiences. And finally, teacher empowerment, enabling teachers and our government to reach more students with higher quality education, reliable delivery, and a state-of-the-art platform, where the touch of a button can set personalized homework or deliver a high-quality test, or even detect and address motivational issues.
Similarly, we can use this skill-based programs. This is yet another boasting technology. Wherein many companies have failed. Google has failed in many aspects, and Jio has come up with a partnership with these multinationals.
Please call Akash and Isha.
Hey, Kiran.
Hey there. How are you, Akash? I have Akash in the form of a 3D avatar, and it feels like he's standing in front of me.
Hi, Kiran.
Hi, Isha. And Isha has joined us in a 2D video call format from her home. GeoGlass allows smooth collaboration across devices and platforms to ensure we stay connected, no matter where we are. And while you're chatting with your colleagues, you can also share presentations that you will be able to view and present on a large virtual screen in any virtual environment you want with the help of GeoGlass. Not only that, you can also have design discussions and deliberations by sharing 3D assets and holograms with your colleagues. GeoGlass is making teachers and students come together in 3D virtual rooms and conduct holographic classes through our Geo Mixed Reality Cloud in real time. We can literally travel to the bylanes of Agra and immerse ourselves in the wonderful architecture of the Taj.
Right. So this is yet another photograph wherein using this augmented reality, virtual reality, if a farmer wants to have an integrated farming system, with the help of a system, you can project, and these are the crops which can be grown on over a period of time, maybe in 3 years time or 5 years time, how your farm will be and what would be the when you'll get the optimization and when the productivity will be. All these things are possible, and this is yet another technology wherein this three-dimensional the magnifications will be done using a small smartphone with a smartphone when embedded with the chip and then a mobile application. We may soon get these advices. You can also call the plant protection expert, and the content will be passed on to the plant protection expert and then or any experts, and they can also give the real-time feedback. These are the technologies available already in use. It may reach us soon. Maybe we may be using in near future. And these are some of the initiatives already by the Government of India. As I was telling, pull and push services. And these are push services initiated by Government of India. You can see the number of hits. All agriculture department officials are contributing to it. And Government of India through M-Kisan, this is the previous stat of 4.36 advisories have been given to some crores of farmers. And number of farmers reaches 5.13 crores in all over India status. And recently they have also updated revised the SMS policy, not SMS to be given. The main disadvantage of this is, if I may be a sugarcane farmer, I will be getting information related to tomato or other crop. These are when push messages are given, sometimes when not in need, we may get the message. And this will be sorted out soon using customized technology over a period of time. Similarly, Government of India has launched this Kisan call centers for addressing through over IVRS type of response, and then telephone type of advisory, and then mobile apps. When 5G comes into reality, then seamless collaboration is possible. All these things will be transformed into a live and interactive content. Only the main disadvantage is we do not have a location specific content and infrastructure. And this is one such initiative of TNE Agritech portal you all aware of. Almost lakhs of farmers as of now every year around 3 lakh farmers are visiting. Overall, around 12 lakh farmers are visited during 1920. More than 12 lakh pages of information. This is a generic information. Of course, this is a dynamic web portal. We change content, technological information, update as and when it comes to us. This is a generic type of information wherein farmers can access general package of practices. Of course, specific information can be accessed through various other sources. One such initiative, we can reach masses. This is an open kind of portal. You all know these are mobile applications. Earlier, we developed expert systems like decision support system, crop doctor, and information system. And later we developed, 2 years back, we developed mobile application, mobile expert systems. Many of you would have used it. And we have tested, many students have conducted research and they found it is very effective. These mobile expert systems. Of course, these are not artificial intelligence systems, but these are preloaded systems. It is available on the Google Play Store at free of cost. I think many of you would have used it. For general, like we have very good expert system for banana, paddy. And only thing is, if it is a standalone system, it needs to be updated periodically. The contents need to be updated periodically. We are trying our level best to do that. And to conclude, and I have focused only on the advances with respect to the information and communication technology tools alone. As part of this lecture, I don't want to focus on the other aspects of extension methods. And to conclude, extension professionals need to master the art and skill to identify and use the existing ICT tools for dissemination of information. Otherwise, we may be lost in due course of time. Of course, capacity building of extension professionals and farmers, and then provision of infrastructure, connectivity at affordable cost will bring the use of ICT tools for effective transfer of technology. Above all, as I said earlier, the human capability and then our technocrat, the minds of the technocrat cannot be replaced by a technology. And then the technology, we can use the technology for the good, for providing effective and efficient transfer of technology to the farmers. Only this can be done only by us, only by technocrats. Others can never use only with technology to provide effective service to farmers. And with this, I conclude and thank you for your patient listening, and thank you very much.